Hello, my friends. Welcome to my first Facebook Live. I'm so glad you're here to join me. I want to share today with you biohacking menopause. I want to share some tools and techniques with you to help you navigate this time in your life. So whether you're in perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, this live will be very useful for you. First, why don't you tag yourself in the comments and just let me know where you're from, where you're joining from. And if you're catching the replay, just type in replay in the comments section as well, and that'd be great so I know where you're coming from. So I want to talk about my journey through menopause. So I practice Ayurvedic medicine. I'm a clinical nutritionist as well as a menopause coach. For the last probably about 12 years, I've been helping women navigate their menopausal journey. I don't want women to be blindsided with symptoms. With Ayurvedic medicine, it teaches us how to prepare your body, mind, and soul for menopause. So like most things in life, the better prepared you are, the better the journey or the more success you have. So if you could prepare yourself for menopause, you might not be blindsided by some of the symptoms. And we all know what they are. Everything from weight gain to insomnia, anxiety, hot flashes, night sweats, etc., etc. There's so many symptoms that women can face when they come into menopause. So I thought what I'd really like to do is to create a foundation. So if you have a strong foundation, you won't be as much blindsided by symptoms of menopause. You'll be easier for you to navigate through the journey, even if you're postmenopausal. So what is a strong foundation? First, we start with digestion. So digestion is the key, as if you have a healthy microbiome, the healthy microbiome also affects brain. So as we know, the gut-brain connection is super strong and is only getting stronger if you have a healthy gut. So my great-grandfather actually invented a formula for digestion in the 1900s. This was when India was under British rule. So this formula was so successful because he believed that the gut and the health of the gut was the whole reason why you could avoid infections, diseases, illnesses. So if you have a healthy gut, you are more prone not to be affected by illnesses or diseases. So digestion being the key. My grandfather later sold his formula to a British pharmaceutical company. And to this day, I believe he is in my DNA. He is in my DNA. And I really believe that the gut is where we start in developing a healthy anti-aging, healthy outlook in life. So how do you know if you have a healthy gut? So let's start with some of the symptoms that you might be experiencing. So if, for example, you have bloating, gasiness, acid reflux, heartburn, those are a few of the symptoms that your body is whispering to you to say, something's not right here. What about elimination? How are your bowel movements? If you have diarrhea, constipation, again, that's a way of the body whispering to you to say, hey, something's not right here. So when we listen to the whispers of our body, we can help and stop the body from screaming. We don't want our body to scream. So unfortunately, sometimes we're programmed to wait for the scream and then we react. Whereas if you listen to the whispers of your body and react accordingly, you're able to make the small corrections those subtle changes that the body needs so that it never has to scream. So again, with digestion, what is a good biohack here? So one of my favorite biohacks is actually intermittent fasting. Giving your body time and your digestive system time to rest. So what does that mean? So I like the 16-8 rule, where you can eat all you want for 8 hours of the day, and then 16 hours, you don't eat anything at all. So for example, if you finish dinner by 7 p.m., you can have water, but nothing else after 7 p.m. Then in the morning, you don't put anything into your system until 11 a.m. So that gives your body a beautiful 16-hour rest to do the work it needs to do in your body without focusing on digestion. So the beautiful thing about the 16-8 rule is that women do feel a difference. But of course, we know in medicine, it's not one size fits all. So you have to really listen again to your body to see if that works for you. And if the 16-8 rule doesn't work, you can always shorten it. And there's other options to do where you fast. So just fasting for a full 1 day or 2 days also helps in giving that chance for your body to do the repairs that it needs to do in your DNA so that it doesn't have to scream. So again, foundation for digestion, listen to the whispers of your body so that your body never has to scream. And how does the body start to scream? When it starts to whisper and say, okay, bloating, gassiness, acid reflux, heartburn. Again, those are just some whispers of the body. Brain fog in menopause is also linked to healthy gut. So again, having a healthy digestion can help eliminate the symptoms of brain fog. So that's the digestive tract. Again, intermittent fasting, if it feels right for you, because medicine is not one size fits all. And then also finding what works for you in terms of giving your body the time to rest. And then after that, how about our nervous system? So we're programmed to always go and do. We're always busy, but we seldom take the time to really rest, really find stillness in the body, the mind, and our spirit. So the autonomic nervous system is that place of always going and doing. And we have to almost learn how to come into our parasympathetic system, that place of ease, of rest, of digest. And this is something that we have to cultivate. It's not something that comes easily for us. So we have to take the time to really find stillness in our body. So how do you find stillness? That can be just simply as coming into meditation. It can be perhaps sitting and reading a book. It can be a mindful walk in the woods. That all gives the body a time to really rest and let go of that busyness that we have in our day-to-day lives. So a beautiful biohack for our nervous system is breath work. So pranayama. Breath work helps to increase our exhalation, which is our parasympathetic system. So I have a little exercise and we can do it together. They say if the breath could have words, the words the breath would speak would be so hum. So again, if the breath could have words, the words the breath would speak would be so hum. So coming to sit comfortably, we'll do this together. You can close your eyes and just take a few moments here as you breathe into your body. And just feel how your body, your mind, and your spirit are feeling today. And then on your next inhale, you're going to breathe. And when you breathe, you're going to say silently, so S-O. And then on your exhalation, again, saying silently, you're going to say hum, H-U-M. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And now just come back to your own breath. And just feel and observe any subtle changes in your breath, in your body, in your soul. And then you can softly open your eyes. So that breath, so hum, again, if the breath could speak, those would be the words the breath would say, really helps to bring you into your parasympathetic system. And you can feel a sense of calm, a sense of peace as you come into that parasympathetic system. So that's our central nervous system. How about our endocrine system, our hormones? We all know during menopause, our hormones are all over the place. They can be quite crazy. So what do we do to make our hormones and balance them? We work with our pineal and pituitary glands. So these are the centers for our endocrine system. The pineal and pituitary glands are the orchestra that help orchestrate not only the hormones of estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, but also your thyroid gland, your thymus, and your adrenal glands. So it's really important as we navigate through perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause that we bring nourishment, rebalance our pineal and pituitary glands. A beautiful biohack for balancing our pineal and pituitary glands is early morning light. Going outside in the first morning light, it doesn't have to be full sunshine, just natural light, naturally helps to balance these glands. It's a game changer, so easy, and it's free. You just have to go outside, a 10-minute walk, try not to wear sunglasses so that the eyes can penetrate with the light. Walk for 10 minutes and your pineal and pituitary glands are automatically balanced. So that's a beautiful biohack to keep in your toolbox. And then let's move on to our beautiful circulatory system and lymphatic system. Now, this is a place sometimes we don't pay much attention to, but this is the flow in our body. This is our life force, our prana, our chi. This is where you have your vitality, your inner light, your inner energy. So it's really important that we continue to have flow in our body. If we tend to have knots in our body, then nothing can flow through the knots. So we have to learn how to release the knots and the tension from our body so that we can have beautiful vitality, beautiful flow and spaciousness in the body. That's what we want, especially as we get older. Now, during menopause, a lot of times our joints, we have stiffness, we have pain, and really we don't have to experience all this. But you can really do your own work and release some of that tension and some of the knots in the body so that there's no blockages and that the movement, the lymphatic system can flow, circulatory system can move, you have blood flow, you have oxygen, and your energy, your energetic system, that prana, that chi, that life force is flowing vitality into your body. So circulation is a big one. A biohack here for this one would be to do two things. So movement for sure is a beautiful biohack. And I like somatic movement. It's a type of movement that brings you into your body and you can feel the difference between your right side, which is the masculine energy, and your left side of your body, which is your female energy. So balancing yin and yang is really important. So balancing your male and female energies. So somatic movements for that is one thing I recommend. And then the other thing I recommend is breath work as well to help increase the flow, that circulation, that energetic flow in the body. So remember, when there's flow in the body, there'll be flow in the brain, there'll be flow from head to toe. So you want to make sure you have good circulation, good lymphatic flow, blood flow, and of course, energetic flow. And at the same time, we balance our male and female energy. So that is our circulatory system. So those are the 4 foundations that I work with. And if you build a strong foundation, so even if you're on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, or if you're on bioidentical hormones, you still need to build a strong foundation. The foundation is the key. I always like to think of an example of a beautiful big oak tree. This oak tree may be 100 years old, and the roots of the oak tree go for miles and miles underground. The oak tree is so beautifully grounded and rooted that whatever happens in the world doesn't affect the oak tree because it's so solid and it has such a strong foundation. So for us, the stronger our foundation, the stronger we are to withstand anything that life throws at us. So my foundation for healthy aging is digestion, is our nervous system, is our endocrine system, which is hormones, and then our circulatory and lymphatic system. So that's the strong foundation that we work to build. So again, even if you're on HRT or bioidentical hormone, building a strong foundation is still very much important. And then as we work deeper into the body, I want to show you how to reprogram, rewire some of the old thinking, some of the old stories, some of the old programs, some of the blocks that we hold. So things like mental blocks, spiritual blocks, energy blocks, physical blocks, and again, money blocks. All those blocks that we have from perhaps our childhood, perhaps over time, what life has shown to us, some of the old programming that we have and the old stories that we store in the tissues of the body, we want to be able to release that. And that's one of my specialties, is to be able to release old programming and blocks in the body. It takes time and it takes work, but it can be done. So working on a deeper level to release the blocks, to release the old programming, to reprogram, rewire your inner workings, those old thought patterns that we have, some old energy that we're holding on to. How do we let go of that? So removing the blocks is a big one. And most of that's done both through body and mind work. So a little bit of meditation and guided meditation to release, and then some body work as well to release, and then to bring spaciousness into those places that we are blocked. As you remember, I said, if there's blocks in the body, then there's no flow. So in order to encourage the flow, we need to remove the blocks. And so that's a big project. Sometimes the blocks can be a little bit of trauma that's stored in the body. So we release this trauma in order to release the blocks. And then we have vitality and flow and spaciousness in the body. The body's back to being its juicy self and having full of vitality and energy. But again, it's a work in progress. So what I've created now is a new program that I love to share with you. It's called Thrive and Bloom, and it's a small women's circle. So I'm asking a small foundation of women to join me in this circle, and we'll work together to build the strong foundation. Even if you're on HRT or bioidentical hormones, the strong foundation will definitely help. And then we'll work on clearing the blocks in the body, in the mind, in the soul. So energetic blocks, money blocks, old programming, old stories will work together to release all that so that you can have that flow, that beautiful circulation, that spaciousness in the body. If you'd like to join me, I'd welcome you. It'd be my pleasure to work with you. I'm going to ask you to send me a message, and then you can give me your email address and I'll send you my link for my calendar. We can book a call just to make sure we're the right fit to work together. This is an 8-week commitment of total transformation. And I am so proud of it that I know you'll receive transformation, and I will guarantee transformation in 8 weeks. I'm lucky. I was put here, and my dharma and my purpose in life is to serve. And I would love to serve you with my knowledge, my wisdom, my intuitive self, my expertise to transform your body, your mind, and your spirit in 8 weeks so you can thrive and bloom. So come join me. Send me a message and I'll be happy to respond to you, and we'll select a time to chat. And of course, it's free of charge. So a time to chat to see if we're the right fit for each other. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me, and I look forward to having you in my inner circle. And thank you for joining me today.